The term forgiving is bandied around a lot these days, but what does that really mean? In today's video, I have a club that I feel like personifies forgiveness, and I'm going to talk about what I think exactly that means as we go through this video, because I'll be the first to admit forgiveness means different things to different golfers. To me, a forgiving golf club means something that has incredibly consistent front to back dispersion. Introducing the brand new PXG 0311 Black Ops Hybrid. I feel like that speaks volumes about where this video is potentially going to go. Make sure you stay tuned, because if you want forgiveness, you're not going to want to miss this. Because you see, I am a huge fan of forgiving golf clubs. I'm a huge fan of hybrids, a huge fan of any club that can give you a very consistent front to back dispersion. As soon as I got my hands on this PXG Black Ops Hybrid, I was quite amazed actually as to just how I could get 220, 230 yards pretty much every time, no matter how I struck it. And I validated that by doing some indoor testing, which we'll go through in this video. But this head looks absolutely remarkable. You won't be able to tell from the sound of that strike, but I've hit that out of the toe, and that's bounding down this Orlando-based fairway. It's a gorgeous looking club down at the ball, and you just don't see many hybrids where the manufacturer has put their heart and soul into it. We've got the carbon crown, we've got the sole weighted, we've got that square faced look. Sometimes I feel like hybrids, especially with some of the bigger brands, are just forgotten about. They're just like, well, we'll put a name on it and we'll not really have it as part of the family. We'll not put the carbon crown on it. We'll not invest the tech into it. But I think this is the club where so many golfers could potentially be better, could potentially lower the scores. If you have a club that goes between 200 and 230 yards every time, you're never really going to worry too much from a lot of positions. I mean, the consistency factor there is quite remarkable, because I could throw a blanket over all three of these shots. In fact, look at that. Consistency is key, and I think with a club like this, it could really help so many people's game. And the amazing thing was that tee box isn't in great condition, to be honest, and that's not me having a go, but I didn't tee those balls up. I just kind of moved them along and hit them, and I don't feel like the lie dictates what shot I'm going to play, or how far it's going to go, or how consistent it's going to be. I keep saying that word consistency. I say it over and over again, and I will say it till the cows come home. I don't want a 3-wood that ever goes 250 yards. I don't need one. A 3-wood that goes 220 to 230 yards every single time on the nose, put me down for that all day. And as we get down this fairway, you can see just how close these shots were. I imagine this is the toey one that felt not quite great but still did okay, but that's ridiculous. Out here in the elements, to hit two shots that are that consistent is ridiculous. And I'll keep saying this, consistency. You can't pay for consistency, or can you? And this isn't me being funny, but I feel like this was almost meant to be. This is how far we have left into this hole. So can we potentially hit this green after hitting the fairway 3 times? This is quite a long, narrow, difficult par 4. We've got the road on the left, which would give me nightmares, to be brutally honest. But if we can hit the green, I think 2 out of 3 times would be well above a good average. I love the shape of this hybrid head. It's not like a hybrid I've ever seen before. Yes, we can talk about that square face technology. It's very Adams-like. It looks almost like an iron. But when you put the club down, the heel relief almost sits off the turf beautifully. It looks really, really kind of elongated at the back. I really like the white line on that carbon top. I mean, the carbon crown is a bit of a game changer. It really, really is. I say that a lot, but I mean it. Come on. Oh, that's leaking right, but how good's that? It's actually staying on a nice line as well. That is up there on the front edge. Can we? I mean, 3 of them, and I'm taking this all day, because realistically, how far would you expect to be able to hit it to a couple of feet? That one's gone a bit left, but I think it's still the right distance. So yes, I can blame my swing. No golfer is perfect. I'm certainly far from perfect, and I can tweak it a little bit left or right potentially. But if the distance control is correct, surely the club is doing the work that I want it to do. And to be honest, the great thing is I haven't mentioned about the adjustability of this club as well. Obviously, we do have that PXG adjustable neck. I can change the loft angles if I want to. So this 3 hybrid is playing 19. I could loft that up or down depending on the conditions of the day or the course that we're playing. Guys, what do you think to this hybrid? Get in the comments below. Is it a good looker? Would you have it in the bag? Like this angle here is the one that does it for me. So when it's sat down, it really looks like compact but forgiving. I can see my Puma hat in that carbon shell. This is the one, as the Stone Roses famously said. That is such a good strike. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. Again, flag high, just a little bit left and pulley, maybe on the wind if I was being brutal to myself. Guys, let's jump inside, let's see just how this hybrid does perform for numbers. And I've spoken a lot about numbers in this video because numbers, I think, for this club are as important, if not more important, than a driver, because you need to know how far this club's going. Driver, it's okay if you miss-hit it and it doesn't go 270, it goes 260, as long as you're not trying to carry anything. But generally with this club, you're going to be more attacking. You're going to be trying to carry a certain number, carry that bunker, carry that water hazard, or at least try and get it on the green and make par, birdie, or maybe even eagle. Let's get in the studio. I'm going to talk a little bit more about these numbers, a little bit more why I think they're so important, and a little bit more why I think this could be one of the best hybrids that you could buy in 2024. And you see, the big thing that took my breath away almost with this hybrid in the fitting was the looks of it. It looks incredibly nice down at the ball, looks a fantastic profile, but also looks quite easy to get on with and quite forgiving. So, straight away you can see how easy that is to launch. I pulled that a little bit, but 4,000 spin, a 211 yard carry. I haven't even warmed up yet today. We're almost using this as a bit of a warm up. That felt gorgeous. And one of the big things I've spoke about out on the course is the versatility of this hybrid. I feel like I can play it up, I feel like I can play it down and still get that 200, 210 yard carry, which for me is a really, really nice option. You can see there 213, nearly 230 yards total, and still lots of control on that ball flight. How's that carried 208? So high. That felt absolutely gorgeous. That's gone miles. Or it felt like it has 216, so you can see that front to back dispersion's really, really, really impressive. There's the stinger. That was out of there, and that still carried 205. And so guys, when we get up here, you can see the first shot that's just off this front edge, the second shot that's carried that bunker, but again, flag high, and unfortunately we do have one in the bunker over there, but hey, nobody's perfect. Numbers wise, like I said, what is that? Some of these exhausts in America are ridiculous, aren't they? So just what makes this consistency, what makes this PXG 0311 Black Ops hybrid that good? You see, the technology in the crown, having that high strength carbon fiber crown, saves mass and helps them redistribute it lower with those 3 weights that you can see. There's also supported weight structure inside right at the back. That's designed to move CG back and enhance MOI. The head design is a high strength AM355 steel. My favourite part of this club is that high speed square face. It does present a high strength steel face design, and it's 10.5% thinner than previous generations, which I'm sure we can all agree is a huge percentage saving. Now we talk about forgiveness. What is forgiveness? I mentioned that in the introduction. Forgiveness can also mean from different areas, from different lies. We are 235 yards out here, out of the rough, with 2 varying lies. We're into the wind, so I'm going to try and play a little bit left here. This is a shot that I would play if I was playing this golf course. I wouldn't try and attack that flag, but I need to know that this ball is going to go pretty straight for me and go the distance that I want it to. That's exactly how I want it to. You can see a nice little turf interaction there, and that ball is perfectly towards the left side of the green. Can I hit a similar shot here out of the thick rough? Can this high strength face help me maintain the ball speed I want? You can see a very similar ball flight there, nice fading, peeling flight back towards that fairway. And that's two pretty optimal shots and two very similar shots. And one thing I want to discuss as well about this face, I said this about the 3-wood and the driver, I sometimes steer away from black-faced golf clubs because for me they mark up too quickly, especially like wedges and irons, too easily. And this one can actually withstand a little bit more. It doesn't mark up as badly. It's never going to look pristine and brand new, but if you take a look at that, after a few heavy strikes as well in this video and today using this club, I'm going to take that all day long. But you're still going to want a head cover on it because it's not that strong. Okay, so I've spoken at length about trying to carry different distances, spoken at length about shots just like this one where potentially we need to carry this water. So let's see how much we can bite off with this Black Ops Hybrid. This is a hole where you really wouldn't fancy something that doesn't have the forgiveness element, so can we try and get it over the water on a little bit of a tiger line? I've bit off as much as I feel like I can chew there, and you can see we've carried the water perfectly, even, I'm going to be honest, with a pretty terrible strike. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you do consider hitting that subscribe button if you are new here. Lots more product reviews to come, and apart from that, I will see you all at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye. Oh, the card's gone.